Should we?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Okay, here we are, December 3rd, 2025. And we do not have a quorum. We have 3 voting board members here and our wonderful friends, Representative Dale. So we can't actually vote on anything. However, we have Teresa, Bethany, myself, and Sarah. And last meeting minutes, did anyone have any questions, corrections, additions to those minutes? Okay, I didn't see any other. So we'll just move on. And first is, yeah, we pretty much just, we can't elect a new chair. So our new business is covered by not being able to do it. Our old business.
Well, let's, is anybody interested
True.
who's here, interested in
Yeah.
being the chair? Why don't you tell
Yeah.
Teresa and Bethany all of the stuff you have to do?
All the stuff you have to do is very, very minimal. Basically, just check in with Sarah. Usually, we typically do it maybe a week or so beforehand to just review agenda items, bring anything else onto that agenda that hasn't yet been included, and chair the meetings. And that is honestly pretty much it.
Send out an email sometimes.
Send out emails with meeting reminders. And we don't even meet, Sarah and I don't even meet in person beforehand. We usually just have a phone call and that's it. So it's a great title with not having really much additional activity other than, you know, when you're just or you're only a board member. So that's it.
Dale?
Bruce said I couldn't get in with links provided.
Oh. What the heck?
I just,
Teresa's here.
Did you have any trouble getting in, Teresa?
No.
No, just clicked, yeah, the link.
Okay. Is he looking at the right meeting?
oh no,
Heather, are you willing to continue in the role if you were to be nominated?
I'd like to step down.
You would, okay.
How long is the term?
A year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't take it on right now, but I might consider it next year.
Okay, cool.
Sure, I can do it if nobody else would like to. I don't want
I'm gonna make myself a little note. Bethany may, if nobody else is interested.
And Liz is our vice chair. Liz, sorry. Lynn is
to.
our,
Oh, yeah, let's check with Lynn.
let's touch with Lynn, because she's currently our vice chair.
Yeah.
And then somebody could move into vice chair and,
Mhm.
yeah. Great.
And the vice chair, it's just stepping in if the chair is unavailable to
Definitely.
do. Yeah. Yeah,
So then,
okay.
do we want to talk a little bit about the city council meeting that happened and our prospective board member who attended?
Yes. So Monday night, 2 days ago, we had with the city council and all the department heads of the city departments, met in council chambers for a working meeting to interview the applicants for new board positions. And we have one applicant, and it was set up like a speed dating, which I think was pretty darn effective. So it gave everyone who was not an applicant a chance to walk around and have a few minutes, 5 minutes with each candidate. So there were board candidates, transit board, library, and planning
Planning
as
commission.
well. Mhm. So our
Yep.
person, yeah, so our person, his name is Joe Smith.
Nope. That must be transit.
Sorry,
Sorry.
different chair
And your other hat,
different
yeah.
chair hat. Erin McCarty, and she is an unincorporated resident and great. She's got a great leadership background, and she very much believes in literacy. She's currently on the Rotary rolls here in Sandy, so she's got that literacy, backup too, of a real passion of hers. So I felt that she's, super qualified, interested, and I think would be a great addition to the board. And then from there, the council then takes our, as in Sarah's, recommendation, and then they appoint the new board members.
So they're on their meeting December 15th. They should appoint the new board members. And so, in theory, if they do appoint Aaron, she will start in her role in January. So, I mean, we're unlikely to have a January meeting, but we may, we'll see.
What was her first name?
Aaron,
Yeah, AREHN.
when she introduces herself, she says like a nurse, RN. So.
Okay. And then McCarty,
I
like
that.
that. So Teresa, another unincorporated member.
Which is really filling the role that Kathy Drain left
Mhm.
a year ago.
Mhm.
So,
And she has a lot of good, positive feelings about the unincorporated folks being well represented and having that voice. So she gets it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then next on to old business, Library District Task Force recommendations.
so let me go ahead and you probably should have already seen this, but let me go ahead and share my screen since you can't really see the view of us very well anyway. And, oh, it's just pulling them up here. I don't know what's going on here. All right.
Hey.
So, so when we talked, we had our, work session in, September about these task force recommendations, and there were 4 of them at that time. And, after they got all of the input, they whittled them down to these 2. So, the first one is direct staff. So this is directing county staff, of course, to propose an amendment to the intergovernmental agreement, the IGA, to clarify the use of district funds for capital expenses and allocated costs. And then they have the considerations for that one, which are work within the existing district governance and advisory structure, and retain the library district task force, possibly as a steering committee to advise on the work undertaken. And then recommendation B is direct staff to initiate the creation of a strategic framework for the district that would prepare it for its 20th year of service and beyond. And the considerations here are hire a consultant to work on creating the framework, including a systems plan and economic feasibility. So this is the money study that we would need, getting information about what sort of district rate we would need for our future. And again, the same 2 considerations as the above. So there was a desire to have the first recommendation executed within the next 3 to 5 months. So it's not currently on the Board of County Commissioners agenda to talk about this. So we don't know where, when they may talk about it, or if they will accept these recommendations, right, from the task force, because that's an advisory body to Clackamas County Commissioners. And yeah, so we're sort of still in limbo until it gets on their agenda and they discuss it and make a decision.
Okay.
Gladstone's getting their way.
What was that?
Gladstone is getting their way
Yeah, how so?
with the money being able to be used for construction.
Oh, well, there are lots of libraries. I mean, almost, every library city was on board with that. With having the county commissioners allow the cities to utilize the funds in the way that they needed to. So,
It's just that it was not set up that way.
yep, that's true. Right. Absolutely. And Sandy has been the most vocal about that. And yeah, we're,
Voted.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't feel like the first one really is anything. Like it's just status quo.
Right.
Mhm.
And I mean, because the county commissioners have already basically said, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I'm not sharing. Am I currently sharing, Teresa?
You are.
Oh, okay. So I need to find stop share. There is the stop share. Okay. Yeah. It is, I mean, yeah,
So both of these recommendations are going for.
county commissioners. Like, there is, I don't know, there was some discussion from the library directors because the two library directors that were involved in the process both have a memory of them saying that they were not going to do a new IGA, that they were just going to send a letter basically to the Library District Advisory Committee, LDAC, and the cities saying this. So yeah. So that's possible that that could change if some of the county commissioners, Paul Savas was at the meetings, if he has that same memory, he may bring that up. I don't know if he will or not. Sure.
Mhm.
Well, that the original agreement can be overruled by the county commissioners. That's what you're telling me.
Apparently.
Yep, seems that way.
Yep. I mean, they are the library district board, so.
Yep.
Yeah. Any thoughts or questions, Teresa?
Not right now.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, updates from Sarah?
So, as of November 20th, so not too long ago, our fundraising and grant totals were about $62,142. And that includes a $25,000 grant from the Roundhouse Foundation. Yay! $10,000 grant from the Ford Family Foundation. And then $750 in business donations so far. So Clackamas County Bank gave us $500
Nice.
and Scenic Fruit gave us $250. And then the restaurant fundraisers, which raised $1,643.23. And that is now including Mount Pizza and Brews from our bingo event, which was tons of fun.
Cool.
Um,
And this is for the mobile library.
yeah,
This-
yes. And at the bingo event, we raised $1,248.27.
Nice.
So yeah, I felt like it was pretty good.
I didn't get the first number. How much have you got raised total?
$62,142.
2,142.
So, and then about $23,500 of that is in individual donations. So all of the ads that we've run and the QR codes that we've got posted everywhere that people log into and give money to, and then through the farmers market. Each week at between both farmers markets, we raised somewhere between $150 and $200. So, yeah, it was, and just getting out and talking to people about it, it was amazing how many people hadn't heard that we were getting the vehicle, and how many people going through the farmers market were from out of town, but how many said, "Oh, I used to work on a bookmobile," and stuck money in our bin. You know, it was so fun to have those conversations with people and get people excited about it. So,
Nice.
yeah. So we do have one more grant that we're waiting to hear back on. And that's from the Oregon Community Foundation. And we asked for $40,000 for that one. They said that they would have their determinations by mid-November. But they had a recent website redo. So I'm guessing that that could be part of the trouble. But I was able to log into their new website and see that our application is in there and it says under review still. So
Oh, good.
no determination has been made. So that's good news, because I was sort of worried that they had just talked to the people that they awarded funds to and didn't talk to people that they didn't, because I've heard a lot of library directors say that that's
Oh, okay.
sort of common.
Hmm.
So I'm glad that that is not the case. And so, but we're still waiting to hear back on it.
Yay. And what else is in mind and on the docket for continued fundraising?
So I am hoping to get together a casino night after hours in the library.
Hmm.
I know that the high school did a poker and casino night. It was the baseball, the group that raises funds. What are they? The Booster Club, the Baseball Booster Club. And they made over $30,000 at it.
Why?
I mean, that is a group of parents, though, you know, supporting their kids.
Mhm.
But even if we can get enough, like 50 or more library supporters to come to an evening like that. So the idea is that we would get sponsorships from local businesses for maybe each game. So we would have like poker and roulette and craps, I think, are the three games. I got a quote to have this event and said I expected 50 to 75 people to come. And so they gave me a quote, which is around $2,400. So if we could get even 3 businesses to each support it for $800 each. And, you know, maybe bingo wasn't exciting enough for some businesses. And maybe they would go for the casino night thinking that, you know, their clientele would see their name and be like, oh, let's go support that business. Or, yeah, so, and then we might try to get sponsorships for food. And we could either have like we could pour beer and wine for donations. Anyway, so I'm hammering out the details, but I'm thinking in maybe March or April. We'll have that event when it's sort of still cold and a little bit miserable here, and people are starting to get sort of feel like they need to get out of the house and do something exciting. So
Cabin fever.
yeah. So then the money that we would make is really about people buying tickets to come to the event. So I'm thinking a certain amount, we would charge a certain amount and then maybe give like a $5 discount if they showed their library card. So that
That's a good incentive.
yeah. So people might come in and get a library card, just get that $5 discount if they want to come to the event. But yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, and you probably know this already, but Chris Jones, she'd be a good person to speak with the chamber because she's had events like this in the past.
Yeah. Yes. And she was our bingo caller at our bingo event and helped me considerably with that. So that was great. Yeah, it was fun. We will also likely have a spring bingo if we can get, we would also need to get like prize packages that would be donated, right? So for bingo and the casino night, so it depends on how difficult it is to get those prize packages. It wasn't too bad this time around because it's the first time the library's gone out to ask, but I would think if we go out and ask and ask and ask, people are going to start to feel like, yeah,
already did that.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So, but I'm hoping to have both of those events. I mean, we could do the bingo event maybe in fall and do the casino night in spring to try to push them out away from each other a little bit.
Mhm.
But yeah. So those are the current fundraising plans.
Great.
We did do a newsletter for Giving Tuesday, asking people to donate to the mobile library. So I don't know the results of that yet. I'll find out eventually from Jack when he gives me the report from the Friends of how much money has come in the last month. But
Cool.
yeah,
Any other items that y'all can think of or have questions about? That's the end of our agenda.